This 5-speed mid-engine sports car from Lotus is powered by a deceptive 4-cylinder 16-valve engine to a top speed of 125 miles per hour. Thanks to its lightweight frame, the Elise still packs a 0 to 60 punch of 5.6 seconds. The Lotus Elise. Despite having only a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine, it can record 0 to 60 mile-an-hour times of 5.6 seconds at a top speed of over 120 miles per hour. Lotus Elise. With a dry weight of under 1,600 pounds, a little horsepower goes a long way. 124 foot-pounds of torque translates into a top speed of 125 miles per hour. The Vauxhall VX220. This nimble-footed sports car is powered by a 2.2i 16-valve aluminum Ecotec engine, capable of delivering 150 pounds of torque at 4,000 RPMs. With a low drag coefficient, the VX220 slips effortlessly from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. This is the Vauxhall VX220, a 5-speed mid-engine beauty that goes from standstill to 60 miles an hour in a low 5.6 seconds. A sequential multi-point fuel-injected 2.2-liter 4-cylinder engine catapults it to 135 miles per hour. Vauxhall's VX220. With 145 horsepower at 5,800 RPMs and 150 pounds of torque at 4,000 RPMs, this machine accelerates from 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 6 seconds. Opel's Speedster. A 2.2-liter 16-valve Ecotec engine delivers 150 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPMs and 145 horsepower at 5,800 RPMs. This gives the Speedster a top speed that's over 130 miles per hour. The Opel Speedster possesses a weight of only 1,920 pounds. Combine this with a low drag coefficient, and the Speedster is able to reach speeds of over 130 miles an hour. The Opel Speedster. This lightweight 2-seater takes you from standing start to 62 miles an hour in 5.9 seconds. It possesses a top speed of over 130 miles an hour. The Ford TS50. 335 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque get the TS50 to 60 miles an hour in under 6 seconds. The Ford TS50. Made for the Australian market, this road machine is powered by a 335 horsepower V8 engine. 18-inch high-performance Dunlop alloy wheels are standard on every vehicle. This is the Ford TS50. Under the hood is a 5.6-liter V8 delivering 369 foot-pounds of torque, mated to a heavy-duty Tremec 5-speed manual transmission. Mercedes CL55 AMG Coupe. Its speed-sensitive power-assisted steering offers this 5,000-pound machine complete control. Its 24-valve V8 generates 355 horsepower and feeds it to 17-inch wheels. The Mercedes CL55 Coupe. German engineering at its finest. 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6 seconds. Speed-sensitive, power-assisted steering delivers impeccable control and cornering ability. The CL55 AMG Coupe. The rock-solid 24-valve V8 engine delivers 355 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs and propels the car to 60 miles an hour in 6 seconds. The Jaguar XKR. 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.2 seconds. This car tips the scales at over 3,700 pounds and is powered by a 32-valve V8 engine that generates peak horsepower at 6,150 RPMs. Possessing a 4-liter V8 that generates 370 horsepower and over 380 foot-pounds of torque, the Jaguar XKR's top speed is over 150 miles an hour. The Jaguar XKR. Its 32-valve 8-cylinder engine revs to over 6,000 RPMs. At that level, the V8 generates 370 horsepower, enough to take it over 150 miles an hour. 400 horsepower from a 32-valve V8 engine, combined with a 6-speed gearbox, gives the BMW M5 a 0 to 60 miles an hour time of 5.3 seconds. The BMW M5. From Germany comes this 4,000-pound speed demon. Its 5-liter V8 engine has a maximum speed of 7,000 RPMs, giving the M5 a top speed of over 150 miles an hour. With a 0 to 60 mile an hour time of 5.3 seconds, the BMW M5's V8 engine provides 400 horsepower at 6,600 RPMs and a top speed of over 150 miles an hour. From BMW, the Z8. This beautifully styled car packs a potent V8 with 400 horsepower. With a top speed of 155 miles per hour and a 0 to 62 mile per hour time of 4.7 seconds, this car is the ultimate roadster. The BMW Z8. Powered by a dynamic 5-liter 32-valve V8 engine. The combination of a low drag coefficient and a 400 horsepower engine attached to a 6-speed transmission gives the Z8 a top speed of 155 miles an hour. This is the BMW Z8. 0 to 62 miles per hour in an impressive 4.7 seconds. This is made possible by a V8 that supplies 400 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque. The HSV Coupe GTS. 19-inch wheels driven by a 5.7-liter V8 with over 400 horsepower. 0 to 100 miles an hour in under 11.5 seconds. This is the HSV Coupe GTS. Its V8 engine motivates 3,700 pounds from a standing start to 100 miles an hour in 11.3 seconds. Acceleration tops out at an impressive 170 miles an hour. The Ford SVT Mustang Cobra R. From America's first car maker comes this 32-valve 5.4-liter V8 monster. With an engine that delivers over 380 horsepower, it is 3,500 pounds of pure muscle and capable of hitting 100 miles an hour in just 12.9 seconds. From Ford, the SVT Mustang Cobra R. This car accelerates from 0 to 60 miles an hour in a low 4.9 seconds. Its beefy 8-cylinder engine turns out 385 horses and drives 18-inch wheels. The SVT Mustang Cobra R from Ford. This muscle machine is capable of a top speed of 175 miles an hour. The Cobra R's 32-valve V8 engine redlines at 6,500 RPMs and cranks out over 380 foot-pounds of torque. The Corvette Model Z06. Its powerful 5.7-liter engine offers you the double threat of 405 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. This gives the Z06 the ability to hit 100 miles an hour in less than 9.5 seconds. The Corvette Z06 boasts a 5.7-liter LS6 V8 engine with sequential fuel injection. Standard ABS and speed-sensitive power-assisted rack and pinion steering give you ultimate control while driving at a top speed of 171 miles an hour. The Dodge Viper. Its menacing form hides the triple threat of its V10 engine, 488 cubic inches, 450 horsepower, and 490 foot-pounds of torque. The Dodge Viper is a legend in the making. Its 8-liter 10-cylinder engine generates 450 horsepower and a staggering 490 foot-pounds of torque, put to the pavement through massive 18-inch wheels. With a maximum speed of 180 miles per hour, the Ferrari 360 Spider accelerates from 0 to 62 miles an hour in only 4.5 seconds and boasts a 3.6-liter 400 horsepower V8 engine. The Ferrari 360 Spider. From Italy's premier car maker comes this 400 horsepower beauty, capable of hitting speeds of 180 miles per hour. Ferrari's 360 Spider. Its precision-engineered 8-cylinder engine turns out 275 foot-pounds of torque and 400 horsepower at 8,500 RPMs. This car accelerates from a standstill to 100 miles an hour in a little over 10 seconds. This is the Porsche 911 Turbo. Its speedometer tops out close to 200 miles an hour. The 3.6-liter twin-turbo engine delivers over 400 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs. 0 to 100 miles per hour in a mind-numbing 9.2 seconds. The 911 Turbo from Porsche. Top speed is a beefy 190 miles an hour. Its remarkably efficient flat-six engine is unfazed by 6,000 RPMs and 413 foot-pounds of torque. The Porsche 911 Turbo. Its flat-six 3.6-liter twin-turbo engine pumps out 414 horsepower. It accelerates from 0 to 60 miles an hour in a mere 4.2 seconds. From Aston Martin, the Vanquish. 0 to 60 miles per hour in a lightning-fast 4.5 seconds. Its top speed of over 180 miles per hour puts the Vanquish in an elite group of supercars. The Aston Martin Vanquish, powered by a 6-liter V12 engine that pumps out 450 horsepower. Monstrous 19-inch wheels propel the Vanquish from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 4.5 seconds. With a top speed of over 180 miles per hour, the Aston Martin Vanquish's 12-cylinder engine generates a peak of 450 horsepower at 6,800 RPMs. With 485 bhp at 7,000 RPM and 419 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 RPM on tap, the 550 Barchetta's 65-degree V12 is an extremely flexible performer. The 550 Barchetta's V12 engine generates 485 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque and weighs only 3,700 pounds. This impressive combination gives it a top speed of over 185 miles an hour. The Ferrari 550 Barchetta. Capable of hitting 60 miles an hour in 4.4 seconds, this V12 Italian supercar boasts a 5.5-liter V12 engine that generates 485 horsepower at 7,000 RPMs. Lamborghini Diablo 6.0 VT. The heart of this incredible machine is a 6-liter V12 engine that generates peak horsepower at 7,100 RPMs and puts it to the ground through 4 extremely wide 18-inch wheels. Lamborghini Diablo. 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 4 seconds. 457 foot-pounds of torque. 550 horses. Enough to push the Diablo to a top speed of over 200 miles per hour. The Lamborghini Diablo clocks in at over 200 miles per hour. Its massive 12-cylinder engine generates 457 foot-pounds of torque and gets the Diablo to 60 miles an hour in under 4 seconds. The Carrera GT from Porsche. Top speed is over 200 miles an hour. Its V10 induction engine revs to over 8,000 RPMs, and its peak horsepower comes in at 558. Porsche's Carrera GT. 0 to 62 miles an hour in under 4 seconds. 0 to 125 miles an hour in under 10 seconds. Top speed over 200 miles an hour. The Porsche Carrera GT possesses a 5.5-liter V10 induction engine capable of moving 2,700 pounds to a top speed of over 200 miles an hour. Welcome to the Lamborghini Murcielago. With a carbon fiber and steel alloy body, the Murcielago tips the scales at just over 3,600 pounds. The Murcielago has the most powerful Lamborghini road engine to date. With 571 horsepower put to the pavement through a permanent four-wheel drive system, the Lamborghini Murcielago is capable of 205 miles per hour. The Lamborghini Murcielago has a top speed of over 200 miles an hour. Under the hood is a longitudinally mid-mounted twin double overhead cam 48-valve 60-degree V12, turning out 571 horsepower at 7,500 RPMs. The Mercedes CLK GTR accelerates from 0 to 100 miles an hour in a blistering 6.5 seconds. At 7,000 revolutions per minute, its 12-cylinder engine cranks out 600 horsepower, fed into wide 18-inch wheels. Under the Mercedes CLK GTR's hood is a 48-valve V12 engine capable of 600 horses, but the car weighs only 2,200 pounds. Combine these attributes and you get a top speed of 200 miles an hour. The Ferrari F50. Its 6-speed transmission is attached to an engine that generates an incredible 513 horsepower at 8,500 RPMs. This combination nets a top speed of over 200 miles per hour. The Ferrari F50. 3,000 pounds of Italian supercar, 0 to 100 miles an hour in 6 seconds, and a 202 mile an hour top speed. The Ferrari F50 rockets from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Its 4.7-liter 60-valve V12 engine is capable of generating over 500 horsepower. The Mclaren F1 is in a class by itself. 627 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. Top speed for the F1 is over 240 miles an hour. The Mclaren F1. The 48-valve 12-cylinder engine generates 627 horsepower at 7,500 RPM. This translates into 0 to 60 mile an hour times of 3.2 seconds. The Mclaren F1 is the fastest production car ever built. Maximum engine speed from its 48-valve V12 engine is an amazing 7,500 RPMs. The F1 burns through 0 to 100 miles an hour in an unbelievable 6.3 seconds. The big brother of McLaren's F1, the F1 LM. Its V12 engine generates 668 horsepower at 8,000 RPMs. The top speed of over 200 miles per hour ensures the F1 LM a place in automotive history. The McLaren F1 LM. There are only 5 in existence. This ultimate rarity is powered by a 48-valve V12 racing engine, generating 668 horsepower and 520 foot-pounds of torque. Its 0 to 100 time is a blistering 6.1 seconds. McLaren F1 LM. Its astonishing 12-cylinder engine cranks out 520 foot-pounds of torque at 4,500 RPMs, enough to propel this car to 100 miles an hour in 6.1 seconds. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Lotus Elise. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Vauxhall VX220. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Opel Speedster. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Ford TS50. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Mercedes CL55 AMG. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Jaguar XKR. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the HSV Coupe GTS. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Ford SVT Mustang Cobra R. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Corvette Z06. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Dodge Viper GTS. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Porsche 911 Turbo. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Aston Martin Vanquish. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Ferrari 550 Barchetta. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Lamborghini Diablo VT 6.0. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Porsche Carrera GT. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Lamborghini Murcielago. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Mercedes CLK GTR. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Ferrari F50. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Mclaren F1. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Need for Speed edition of the Mclaren F1 LM. It offers improved acceleration and a slightly higher top speed. This is the Pursuit Crown Victoria. Its strong pulling V8 engine allows police officers to chase down lawbreakers everywhere. This is the Pursuit BMW M5, designed to catch lawbreakers that have more than just an inline 4 under the hood. The Pursuit Ford SVT Mustang Cobra R allows law officers to chase down speeders intent on traveling at speeds in excess of 170 miles per hour. The American icon, the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, is turned into the bane of speeders everywhere with this Pursuit edition. This is the Pursuit Lamborghini Murcielago. Designed to catch speeders traveling at speeds over 200 miles per hour, the Pursuit Murcielago is a match for any car.